Grade 10 Physical Sciences, I welcome you to today's lesson. We are going to look at Aufbau diagrams and electron configuration. So the Aufbau diagram is the energy level diagram, whereas the electron configuration is the arrangement of electrons in an atom. So what is it that one needs to be able to draw an Aufbau diagram, for example, of nitrogen? Before you go to the atom itself, you must be able to draw something like this. You draw a line, a straight line, a vertical one, like this. On this side, you write energy and show that the energy is increasing by putting a line and an arrowhead. Then, at the bottom here, you put one box and label it 1s. This is the first main energy level. Then you represent the second energy level by putting a box above 1s. And this one will be named 2s. And then above 2s, you put 2p. This 2p will contain 3 boxes. Then represent another energy level, which is the third one, 3s. You can see that the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, they are in a straight line. Even the p's here, 2p, 3p, 4p, they are in a straight line. So on the third level is 3s, then 3p. 3p also contain 3 boxes. The fourth energy level is 4s, and then you can also add 4p here. But in this grade, we are expected to know from element 1 up to 20. That's why I've stopped at 4s. So now you have put the diagram in this form. What needs to happen now is to be able to fill in the electrons. When filling the electrons, we use it's a line with an arrowhead, which is representing 1 electron. You can see that in this box, one line with an arrowhead is pointing up, another one is pointing down. And these are referred to as electron pair. And then if it's only one in a box, it's unpaired electrons, like this one, unpaired electron. Now, let's try to answer this question. We have to answer 2 questions here. Draw an Aufbau diagram of nitrogen and give an electron configuration for nitrogen. We already know that electron configuration is an arrangement of electrons in an atom. So how do I draw an Aufbau diagram of nitrogen? You go to the periodic table and look for atomic number of nitrogen. In this case, the atomic number of nitrogen is 17. This atomic number is representing the number of electrons which are contained in nitrogen. It means that you must fill 17 electrons. And then how do we do that? You start by filling the first box. You start by filling the first box. A box must contain only 2 electrons. A box must contain only 2 electrons. One must point up and another one must point down. And as we move on to other boxes, the one that we start with must point up. So let's first look at this one here. I'm expected to put how many electrons here? 17. 1 is pointing up, 2 is pointing down. I'm continuing then to the second energy level. 3 is pointing up, 4 is pointing down. Then I'm moving to 2p. Here, you don't fill each box at the same time. We were filling each box at the same time because we only have one box, but here we have 3. So what we do here, you first put electron which is pointing upward in each box. When you have done that, or after you've done that, you go back and then start filling another one which is pointing downwards. So from 1s to 2s, we have put 4. Remember, here we're coming to electron number 5, then number 6, 7. We go back, 8, 9, 10. And all boxes here are filled. So we have to move to the next level, which is the 3s and 3p. Remember, here we've put 10 already, which means that 7 is left. 11, then 12. 5 is left. We go to 3p. We put the first one pointing up, another one pointing up, another one pointing down. We are left with 2. We go back and put the other one pointing down. After that, we put the other one also pointing down. Now, all our electrons are in the Aufbau diagram. So, this is an Aufbau diagram of nitrogen. So, how do we answer the second question? This one of electron configuration, which is an arrangement of electrons in an atom. We answer it in this way. The Aufbau diagram will give us electron configuration. I'll write this one here. As you can see here, I have 1s, which is containing how many electrons? 2. I have to put it here. 1s, 2 electrons. And then the second one, 2p, which is containing how many electrons? 2. It's not 2p, 2s. 2s containing 2 electrons. Followed by 2p, containing how many electrons? 6. 2p, 6. After that is 3s, containing how many electrons? 2. 3s, 2. Followed by 3p, containing how many electrons? 5. 3p, 5. This is an electron configuration for nitrogen. Let us move to another example. This one requires us to draw an Aufbau diagram for oxygen ion. It's not just an oxygen, it's an oxygen ion. How do we do this? We draw the Aufbau diagram and then fill the electrons. And then where do we get the number of electrons that must be filled? We go to the periodic table and look for atomic number of oxygen. The atomic number of oxygen is 8. This tells us that this oxygen must contain 8 electrons. But here we are given oxygen ion, O2 minus. What is the meaning of this 2 minus? It tells us that the oxygen has gained 2 electrons. Before it gained 2 electrons, we know that it contains 8 electrons. So as a result of gaining 2 electrons, it now has 10 electrons. It means that in this Aufbau diagram, we are expected to put in 10 electrons. We are expected to put in 10 electrons. How do we do this? The first one is pointing up, second one down, then we filled 1s, we go to 2s, up, then down, we have put 4. Only 6 left. This 6 left will be filled in 2p. You can see that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the Aufbau diagram of oxygen ion.